Hi Year 8s, this video is about blind hemming and it goes with this page in your skills booklet. Now a blind hem is when you can't really see it from the outside. It should be invisible. You shouldn't be able to see any sewing. So what you need for this is actually a piece of fabric, and you need to iron it as if you're about to do a double rolled hem. So I've got this where I've ironed it up 1 centimetre, 2 centimetres, and now it's ready to do my blind hem. So basically I'm going to be sewing this fold up using hand sewing, but in a way that we can barely see it. It's almost invisible from the good side of the fabric. So let's give it a go. First you need, as always, about an arm's length of thread, and through your needle and doubling it over and tying a knot at the bottom. Okay, we're now ready to start. So as always, we want to secure this because we do want this stitch to stay in place. So because we want it to be invisible, I'm going to secure it, but just on this folded bit. I'm not going to go through to the good side of the fabric. I'm just going to sew on this fold here. I'm going to start by going in and out right near the edge. But see how I'm just doing it on the flap? I'm not going through all the way. I'm just doing it on this flappy bit. So in and out once, in and out twice, and through the loop. Okay, we're now ready to start our blind hem. So this next time I do want to go through to the good side. So the way we make it look invisible is we just do the tiniest little stitch when we go through to the good side. So we need to go as well through the fold. So I start by going through the folded bit, and then I'm just going to poke my needle just in and then make it come straight back out, so that if I show you up to the camera, you can barely see my needle. You can see it coming through a tiny bit between my fingers there, almost just like 1 or 2 threads. So the tiniest little in and out stitch. Okay, and I'll show you what my needle looks like from this side. So you can see it's gone in and out, but just the tiniest bit, and we now pull that through. You can have a look and have a check, and I can barely even see that stitch from the good side. We now move along about 1/2 centimetre and continue to do the same thing again. So moving along 1/2 centimetre through the folded bit, through to the good side, but just the tiniest little in and out. So push the needle in and then push it out again. Alright, so again it's only in the tiniest little bit, 1 millimetre or 2, and then pull it through. So again, if we look up close, you can just see, if you look really close, 2 tiny little stitches, but we can barely see it. It's almost invisible. So then along another 1/2 centimetre, and we continue all the way along. So I'm going to continue for a little bit further and show you what it looks like at the end. Okay, so I've blind hemmed all the way along, but what I've done at this end is I've done a couple that are too big so that you can see how much is too much to see of the stitching. So if I hold this up close, hopefully what you can see at this end is that the stitching is barely visible. Right, we can hardly see any of it there. Whereas as we get up to this end, I've done a couple, one here and one here, that are a bit bigger. And just look for the pink. All right, see how we can actually spot them and see them? That's a bit too big, so you don't want them that large. Try and keep them small. And at the end, as always, I've just done 1, 2 through the loop to secure it, and then I can trim. There we go, blind hem.